Damn, 2 people in already?
Salt Lake City, Utah. My name is Darren. That is AJ. How's it going, my friend?
I'm doing good, buddy. I'm doing really good. How are you?
Doing well, doing well. As a reminder, folks, you are looking live here in beautiful Salt Lake City here at DNA HQ. Today is another exciting episode of the DNA Sports Recap. What's going on, AJ? What do we want to talk about today?
Oh, dude, we got so much stuff going on. With the University of Utah, we're going to break down running back Wayshawn Parker.
Nice. On Utah hockey, we're actually going to break down the Utah Grizzlies and how that affects the Utah Mammoth.
Yeah, and then Utah Jazz, we're going to talk who should be the starting point guard, Isaiah Collier or Walter Clayton Jr.
In Major League Baseball, we will be discussing ESPN and Major League Baseball. Now that they've entered in talks, is it worth discussing or should they just part ways? All that and more. My name is Darren. That is AJ, and this is the DNA Sports Recap.
Roll the intro.
Before we get into content, folks, we want to quickly remind you about Utah Football DNA. This is a channel we developed specifically for your Utah football club. This channel will have all of our Utah football content posted to it first. If you are watching this on our main channel, DNA Sports Recap, or you're catching us on our live stream every Wednesday evening, be sure to jump in the description down below where Utah Football DNA will be listed in this video. So be sure to check us out there if this is what you're here to watch. All right, man. So let's go ahead and jump into it. What we want to cover on the Utes today.
Yeah, I mean, the big thing we want to talk about is the transfer running back from Washington State, Wayshawn Parker. Do you want to jump in?
I'll give the general overview and you can dive in.
Let's do it.
Does that work for you?
Yep.
All right. Okay. So he's from Mitchell, California.
Yep.
He's 5'10", 206 pounds. In 2024, he ran 345 yards. That's rushing on 137 carries with an average of 5.4 yards per carry. The longest carry was 75 yards, leading to 4 touchdowns. Do you know what he did on the receiving side?
No.
No, he also had some receiving yards last year.
11 catches for 108 yards?
Yes. Average carry of 9.8 yards with 1 touchdown with the Cougars, man. So yeah, I'm liking this dude. I think easily he's got a good shot. I'm not going to call him my shot now, but I think he's got a good shot going into fall camp as being the number 1 running back for the Utes.
No, he's got a great opportunity for sure. Like you said, he's listed at 5'10", 206 pounds. He is a former 3-star recruit out of Grant Union High School in California. He was a multi-sport athlete there where he played football, basketball, and ran track. He did rush for 1,907 yards and 24 touchdowns as a senior in high school. He made the decision to transfer to Utah after really a standout freshman season at Washington State. And really in early media availability, Kyle Whittingham kind of came out and said that, Wayshawn's definitely competing for the running back 1 job because he really did. He made a strong impression in spring camp, and the coaches are really expecting him to carry that into this fall and, have a chance to really compete and possibly get that running back 1 spot. So this is going to be a run heavy offense, right? Whether it's quarterback option runs, they're very creative with their playmakers and who they're going to find. And this guy was really kind of a stud at Washington State. Like you mentioned, he had a ton of yards. He was named the Pac-12 freshman top performer in 2024. He played in all 12 games at Washington State and started 7 of those. He did have a breakout game where he had 100 yards, including a 75-yard touchdown run at Utah State. So
that was his best game last year.
yeah, and it's kind of an opportunistic year, right? Because the Utes are getting a really clean slate at running back. We've kind of moved on. Mekhi Bernard has graduated. He led the Utes. He had a 1,000-yard rushing season last year on 197 carries. And then Mike Mitchell, Dijon Stanley, and Jalen Glover all transferred at the end of last year after the departure, of the offensive coordinator. And they knew, it kind of looked like they were going to be moving in a different direction. We lost a lot of those key running backs. But to get Wayshawn Parker is huge. This guy's a huge talent coming from Washington State. He followed his running back coach, Mark Atuia. And I think that this guy, I think he can really be something special. Like you said, I don't want to call my shot yet. I think he's got a chance to be running back one. There's some other really talented guys that understand the offense a little bit better. We did get one of the transfer running backs in from New Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
So, there are some guys that may understand the offense better. But this guy's he's kind of a raw talent kind of guy that has got the chance to go in and pick up yards. He's kind of a bruising running back. You've got a dual threat quarterback that it's going to make you pick your poison while you're on offense. And that could be a really good thing for Wayshawn this offensive year.
Oh, for sure. You ready for my deep dive on this guy?
Absolutely.
You ready for it? All right. So he's ranked 100th overall in the transfer rankings this offseason. 4th in running backs. 4th, AJ.
Yeah.
That's huge.
That's huge.
That is huge. Okay. We talked about his 149 yards and 11 carries against Utah State last year, which is great. He got, and that was in a win. This isn't garbage minutes. That was in a win of 49-28 against the Aggies. He's a proven playmaker as a freshman, AJ.
Yeah.
As a freshman, he's a proven playmaker. He had good performances against Washington. He had a 69 offensive rating against Washington. Not his best offensive rating. He's got some in the 70s and the 80s for this club, but for the Washington State, and he that's probably the biggest competition he faced, and he still was a plus on offense.
Yeah,
which I think is super important to notice. Again, like you mentioned, he is, linking back up with his running back coach from Washington State, who's coming back here. But here is my deep dive. We have 467 yards after contact with this player.
Wow.
Yeah. So out of that yardage that you're looking at up there, that top yardage, 735, more than half of that, AJ, is after initial contact, which is huge. That's almost, and he also averaged one per game of averaging 15 yards a carry at least once a game. Those are game-changing plays.
Yeah.
Now, we also can see that he has at least twice a game averaged 10-plus yards a carry. That's good for a first down. That can turn it over, push the pylons forward. This guy has the ability to be, like I mentioned, a playmaker. And this is not, and with that 467 yards after first contact, what that's telling me, AJ, is that this guy is creating his own opportunities. I don't know too much about Washington State's offensive line.
They were top 2 in the Pac-12.
Okay, so top 2 in the Pac-12. I see what you did there.
Sorry,
AJ.
bro. I had to go there.
I saw what you did there. I was going to make the comment
Dude,
when you talked about him being Pac-12 all freshman of the year. I'm like, really, out of all 4 of them, huh? All 4 players.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm just like, but I let that one go. And
I'm sorry, man. I was waiting for you to say anything about the offensive line, and I was like, top 2.
Yeah, there you go.
Top 2.
There you go. But my point is I'm making here is this guy has made the majority of his damage on the field after contact, which means he's not getting a whole lot of help from the offensive line when it comes to that. Coming into Utah, that's one of Utah's strong suits coming into the offense this year. As far as how much returning talent we have, plus with the new offensive scheme, it's going to really kind of change things for this young man, and has his ability kind of just heightened and give him a little bit more open field. Now, do I see his average yards per carry and the total amount of yards he's getting per game go up? No, actually, I think he's probably going to, if anything, decrease a little bit, because they're going to want to spread it around a little bit more for Utah versus Washington State. They're pretty much like, dude, you're our only hope on the ground. Let's just give it to you, and hopefully you could do something with it. But yeah, I think those two other pieces, the 15-yard plus at least once a game, and 2 10-yard pluses every game, I think is going to be huge. And yeah, easily going to be one of the primary options to be the starting running back for Utah. ESPN already has him listed as the number 1 option.
Yeah, I mean, I think ESPN's absolutely. I think ESPN's absolutely right. This guy's just, like I said before, he's got raw talent. He goes out there. He's going to have a great offensive line ahead of him blocking. I think they're going to continue to create plays to put the ball in his hands and give him opportunities to be successful. So I'm totally looking forward to seeing this guy on the field. It says a lot that they did hold him out of the red and white game.
Yeah,
all of the big time starters were held
Why
out
do you
of
think
that game.
Is? Just because
I just don't think you take any risk on hurting RB1, right? I mean, the thing was everybody else played in that game. Everywhere else down the depth chart, he was the only running back that didn't play in the red and white game or the Forever 22 game. So I think it tells a little bit that he's there and he's ready to kind of compete for that spot. And those guys are going to have an opportunity, but when it comes to raw talent and ability, I think Wayshawn's got a great chance.
Yeah, man, I have to agree with you, man. I think it's going to be a good position for him to be in, and I look forward to seeing what this guy does entering into fall camp for sure.
Yep.
We want to remind you folks, for those of you who are watching us for Utah football content, we did start a channel for your Utah football team in Utah Football DNA. A link to that channel will be in the description down below. Check out our merch store. We do have a, Whittingham's Mercenaries.
Whittingham's
t-shirts.
Mercenaries, absolutely.
Yeah, that was something he made. If you know, you know. Like, we're not going to explain our t-shirts. If you know, you know. Just saying. So be sure to check that out again. And while you're down there, if you let us know what you think about Utah football, especially when it comes to our newest star running back, which is Wayshawn Parker. Let us know what you think about him. Let us know if you have the same opinion on us. Do you think he's going to be QB1 out the gates? We want to hear from you. Let us know what your thoughts are.
Probably wide receiver 1, not QB1.
I said QB1.
You said QB1.
I went RB1. Sorry. RB1. Acronyms, man. Not my strong suit.
Just say it again so that I can fix it in editing.
Like you're going to do this video. Remember, folks, just go ahead and comment down below. Let us know what you think of what your thoughts are on Wayshawn Parker when it comes to the University of Utah Football Club. Is he going to be running back 1 for this team? Let us know what your thoughts are in the comments down below. While you're down there, slap us some engagement. Hit that like button so that spreads us out to the algorithm and more Utes fans can see this content. And go ahead and smash that like button. Be sure to subscribe to the channel if this is the type of content you like, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a DNA Utah Football DNA Sports Recap video.
I love it. Just piece it together, bro.
Just
piece it together.
We're getting there. All right, man. So let's go ahead and pivot on over. Let's talk a little bit about the Utah Mammoth, shall we?
Let's do it.
All right. Let's talk a little bit of hockey. Tusks up, baby. Tusks up.
Did we decide on the hand signal for that? Is it?
Yeah. So it's
the BYU sign, though, isn't it?
No.
Or is it this?
You got to go like this.
Oh.
Tusks up.
Tusks up, baby.
Yeah. So that's what the hand signal is. At least I've been told. Anyway.
At least I've been told.
I've seen enough.
Did you Google it?
No, I watched Ryan Smith's interview on the Pat McAfee show.
Okay, so that's a Googleable fact then, though.
Yes, you can look it up.
Okay, perfect. Just wanted to make sure we weren't just like doing.
I'm just making
shit.
stuff up on the fly here, AJ. By the way, you left your drink sitting right over there on the in front of your thing there. Before we get into the content, folks, we do want to tell you about Utah Mammoth DNA. This is a channel we developed specifically for your Utah Mammoth. All of our content for the Utah Mammoth will be posted here first. So if you are watching our channel on the live stream or you're checking us out on DNA Sports Recap, a link to this channel will be in the description down below. So be sure to check that out. Subscribe to the channel if this is the type of content you're looking for, and smash that like button for your boy AJ right over there. We have some DNA, Utah Mammoth DNA t-shirts on the way, so be sure to check it out. Check out our merch store down there. We'll have some more stuff going on down there as well. So be sure to check that out.
Do it.
Let's go ahead and talk a little bit of hockey, man. So we did a video about a year ago about the Utah Hockey, before Utah Hockey Club at the time, that's what they were known as, season started. Before it got underway, we talked about how the Grizzlies could potentially become the ECHL affiliate for the Utah Hockey Club. This was actually our highest performing video on our Utah Mammoth DNA channel at the time.
Yeah,
More
absolutely.
people watch this than any other video. So really appreciate that. Thank you for tuning in. We'll link to that video in the description down below. But one of the big things we talked about is how it's kind of a hurdle. We had some additional things that kind of got in the way of that. Well, that's kind of cleared up a lot, man. The biggest story that hit this market when it comes to hockey this week has been that the Utah Grizzlies have been sold, and rumor has it they're not sticking around.
No, sir. They will be leaving the state after nearly 30 years in Utah. Looks like they're going to be relocating to New Jersey. Kind of sad. I mean, this is a team that's played in West Valley City at the Maverick Center since 1995, right? And this sale was just unanimously approved by the West Valley City Council. They did hold a 40% minority stake in the team since 2009. So, yeah, West Valley City had stepped in at one point in 2009 to cover a $600,000 rental debt that they had. So they took some of the stake on that. But this sale was kind of seen as inevitable, right? I mean, particularly after the 2023 death of longtime owner David Elmore, and then the declining health of the co-owner Donna Tuttle of this team. So,
right. The two stewards that were keeping the team here.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And the thing is like city officials, fans, everybody. I mean, we're all sad, right? I mean, this is a team that we've had to root for, that really brought hockey into West Valley City, into Salt Lake City. And that was, the tickets were always cheap. You know what I mean? You could always get in there. They were always affordable. It was never, I mean, it wasn't like the stadium was full enough that it was fun to be there.
Yeah, it's good enough to host hockey games during the Olympics.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. It was a very enjoyable atmosphere to be in. I've been to a ton of Grizzlies games. It was always fun. It was always loud. The team was good. I mean, they made a 10-year playoff run. Mm-hmm. So they played some good hockey there, man. You know what I mean? So it's sad to see this team go.
It is. It is a little sad to see this team go. I mean, I'm personally am going to be happy to see them go. I did not have good experiences with the Utah Grizzlies players. That now odds are the players that are playing now probably weren't the ones that I dealt with back in the day. I used to be a DJ in bars here locally, and I got into it a few times with a couple of Utah Grizzly players back in the early aughts, as they say. So my fandom of the Grizzlies died pretty quickly. So those people probably aren't playing still.
Highly unlikely, Darren.
Highly unlikely.
You're about 67 and a half years old, so that was probably 30 to 40 years ago.
On a good day. On a good day.
On a good day.
Yeah, man. I'd have to say that the copies, again, just so you know, just to cover some stuff up and let you know where we're getting this from, the copies were obtained by Fox 13 on the resolution that was presented this week, where the approval was being asked for West Valley City to sell their stake in the Utah Grizzlies to pro hockey partners. And in an interview with Andrew Carroll, the director of West Valley Assets of West Valley City, the club will not be at Maverick Center. This will also need to be approved by the ECHL after the fact. So yeah, it's sad to see these folks go. It's been kind of a staple. It's like if the Bees moved out of town, man.
Oh yeah,
it's very similar to that.
Yeah,
you know?
I mean these were our local teams, right? These are teams you went to cheer for.
It's a minor league local team. No one else cares about these teams but us.
Exactly.
You know? So it's kind of like it's a big deal when one of them moves, and it is sad. So now with the fact that the team wants to relocate the Utah Grizzlies to New Jersey, they're probably not going to be called the Jersey Grizzlies. We'll see what happens there. We'll follow the story as it develops. But let's go ahead and turn this unfortunate news into something positive, shall we?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so what does this mean for the Utah Mammoth, AJ?
I mean, this means that any fans of the Utah Grizzlies can now solely turn their attention to the Utah Mammoth, right? I mean, if you had, if you had season tickets to the Grizzlies, I mean, albeit they were probably way cheaper, but you're going to be looking to keep watching hockey, right? You're probably a full-blood hockey fan, and you want to be seeing hockey all the time. It's going to be able to turn your support, and you're going to be able to fully support, our new Utah or our Utah Mammoth team.
Sure. That's definitely one way to look at it. What I want to talk about is something we discussed a little bit on that video that we talked about before, and what this really means. We talked about the potential of the Grizzlies becoming the ECHL affiliate of the Utah Mammoth, right?
Yeah,
That's what we
absolutely.
talked about. Now, with this team being sold and moved out of town, that opens up the floodgates for a team to come to Utah. As a reminder, our ECHL affiliate is with I think it's called the Allen Americans.
Yep.
We have one more year left on that deal.
Right.
So after that, we can either look for a team that we could potentially bring in a reaffiliate with that's closer, or potentially bring a team in or purchase a team that could bring it in. Basically, what we're doing is we're taking advantage of the fact that, like, okay, we got one more year with this team that's based in Texas that we're going to have to deal with. But ideally, what you want is you want your ECHL team and your AHL teams closer demographically to your NHL team, because it allows you to basically shift people back and forth as needed based off of
Much
injury.
easier geographically. Absolutely.
And it's just better. So, like, you can get people in, you join practices, stuff like that. Not spring training. Sorry, baseball fan over here. But, like, your preseason camp and everything, it's just a lot easier to kind of orchestrate that logistically.
Yeah.
And so by that, we have the ability to bring our team here closer, with the Allen Americans potentially not being our minor league affiliate after next year. And also with that, the Tucson Roadrunners that are still owned by Alex Moreno. He already has expressed interest in selling the team. So the fact that we could potentially bring our AHL team up to Utah, and then have them already have a home in place, which is going to be hosting hockey in the 2032 or 2035 Winter Olympics, whenever that is. We're hosting that Olympics. We're going to keep that facility up. It's going to have state funds going into it. Your minor league hockey teams are going to have state money coming in to help finance that. Artie Moreno, if he doesn't want to, sorry, not Artie, Alan, sorry, what am I thinking of? Alex Moreno, he will still be probably interested in selling this team off. Leaves it open for the Smiths or somebody else to bring that team over and bring that team up to Salt Lake City, and potentially pivot the ECHL affiliate over once the contract with the Allen Americans expires.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. You think that this is definitely something that that moving the Grizzlies is going to open up the door for, right? The Grizzlies were the affiliate for the Colorado Avalanche, so
Still.
But I'm curious if they will be moving them to the East Coast, right?
I'm pretty sure they're still under contract.
Oh, okay. So,
Similar to how we are with Allen Americans.
Okay, so they might have one more year on that contract or something like that. But I mean, yeah, the fact is if the Tucson Roadrunners are up for sale, this is a perfect time. We got an arena. They did just approve $300,000 to upgrade that arena. West Valley City did, so they're going to be doing some work in there.
Yeah,
and try to get it ready for the Olympics.
Yeah.
And it looks like the planning upgrades include new seating, renovated suites, new VIP lounge, redesigned restaurants and banquet space. So they're going to make this arena ready for a new team to come in. And it's not like they're going to stop putting ice in there, because it's been a venue in the Salt Lake Valley for ice events for a long time. So I think the Utah Mammoth will definitely be looking to get a team and bring them in and have them nice and close here in Salt Lake City.
Yeah, and it's great for a bridge between that and what they're building out there in the practice facility. 2 ices out there, 2 pieces of ice out there that they can use in practice and in preseason camp, that they can leverage that. I don't know, man. I think the stars are aligning here, and all of this is doing is helping the Utah Mammoth basically have more freedom to continue to build the franchise into the hockey juggernaut that I really do truly believe that this market's going to provide.
Absolutely.
We want to hear from you folks. Let us know what your thoughts are in the comments down below when it comes to your Utah Mammoth with the selling of the Utah Grizzlies. First of all, let us know. This is a therapeutic session. Let us know how you feel in the comments down below. Give us your takes there. Give us your happy memories of your Utah Grizzlies in the comments down below. While you're down there, slap us some engagement. Hit that like button. Makes AJ very happy over there.
It sure does.
And while you're down there, consider subscribing to the channel if this is the type of content you're enjoying on not only of our live stream here. By the way, if you are watching on our live stream, please feel free to jump in the chat. We'd love to chat with you live during the show. If you're watching this on our main channel, D-Day Sports Recap, a link to Utah Mammoth will be in the description down below. We did just start a channel specifically for our Utah hockey content for Utah Mammoth DNA. A link to that channel is in the description below. Be sure to subscribe to that channel, as we will be doing a jersey giveaway once that channel hits 1,000 subscribers. So make sure that you are subscribed. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of our content, as well as that giveaway.
Yep, do it.
All right, man. Let's go ahead and talk a little bit about the Utah Jazz. Take note, baby. Take note.
Take note.
Whenever you're ready, AJ.
Ready.
All right. Well, once again, folks, before we get into the content, we want to remind you folks about Utah Jazz DNA. This is a channel specifically for your Utah Jazz content. All of our Utah Jazz content will be posted here first. So if you are following us for the Utah Jazz, our lovely NBA basketball team, make sure that you check out the description. There's a link to that channel listed down below. Make sure you check us out there. Subscribe to that channel if you are enjoying our Jazz content. As a reminder, we will be doing a jersey giveaway once that channel is monetized, so be sure to hit that subscribe button on your Utah Jazz DNA.
Make it happen.
All right, let's go ahead and jump into a little bit of our content here. Now, before we get into the subjects we want to talk about, I do want to take a moment to do some congratulations.
Okay.
Congratulations to Flip, Kyle Filipowski, for becoming the first Utah Jazz player to earn Most Valuable Player honors in the NBA Summer League. So cheers to you, Flip, on becoming the first one to do so. That was ice water. Literally, that's what it was. All right, so let's go ahead and jump into a little bit of that. Before we jump into the contents, there are a few things I want to hit on that. Kyle Filipowski, 6'11" forward from Duke, averaged 29.3 points per game, which led the entire Summer League in points per game. He also averaged over 3 threes a game while having 7.5 rebounds and 2.5 assists. So a tip of the DNA Sports Recap cap to you, Flip, for your performance in Summer League.
He did. He played really well, man. I mean, he needed to come out and show that he was ready to, to play in the NBA and that he was NBA ready. This was a perfect opportunity. He seized it. Ended up getting shut down a little bit early because he did perform so well.
Yeah.
So, it was great work by Flip. I'm excited to see, hopefully he keeps working on his defensive skills this year so we can see him on an NBA floor. And as long as he does that, I think he's got a very promising season ahead of him.
I agree. Doesn't he improve on defense? For sure. Definitely was a turnstile out there on the court in the Summer League. I do think that's probably more to do with the team dynamics. I think if he had NBA level players behind him, there'd be a little bit more help the helper type stuff going on there. But with that said, let's go ahead and get into our main subject we want to talk about today for Utah Jazz DNA, which is something that came up a lot. There was a thing on Twitter, I believe it came from, was it Locked On Jazz?
Yeah.
I think David Locke put up a poll there, and he basically just put up a poll asking who is your starting point guard for the Utah Jazz. He had Isaiah Collier, Walter Clayton Jr., and KG3,
right,
Keontae George on there as a list. So I thought that would be a good subject to talk about here. So let's talk about it, AJ. Who is the starting point guard for the Utah Jazz?
I think that you almost have to go with Isaiah Collier.
Okay, run your line.
Okay. Isaiah Collier, obviously, we know his story. This guy's drafted 29th overall last year. And he was really considered one of the biggest steals of this class, right? This guy was a number one recruit out of high school, obviously played his college ball at USC, really had a breakout rookie season. He quickly emerged as one of the top rookie point guards. He averaged 8.7 points, 3.3 rebounds, 6.3 assists. His shooting percentages did have some to be desired at 42% from the field and 24% from three. But those lines put him in contention already for all rookie honors. He had a really good, kind of preseason interview where he said that his goal is to be better than he was last year. And he's really focusing on growth and contributing to the team success, which is really important for this team because they do need leadership. This team I think, hopefully we're seeing they kind of turn to wanting to win some more games. And if Isaiah Collier can become the best point guard that he can be, he's going to put this team in a really good position to win basketball games this year. Obviously the Jazz only won 17 games last season, and that was focusing on youth development. And Isaiah Collier was a key part in that youth development. So despite a really, really tough year, Isaiah really continued. He just made strides, man. And those strides show promise for that future. So this entire roster just kind of, it remains committed to building a really winning culture in Utah. And if Isaiah can continue to improve his 3-point shooting, you want to say, boosting his pass efficiency, right? He had a few turnovers. He had some questionable stuff, but he is a strong perimeter defender. And at 20 years old, he just shows he's got a really high upside, and his potential is through the roof. I really think this guy could be a starting point guard for this team.
Sure. He was tied for 15th in the NBA in assists last season, tied with De'Aaron Fox for 6.3, and that is behind the league MVP, AJ.
Yeah.
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Probably should have spelled out his full name instead of just the acronym, right?
SGA.
SGA, baby. So
Yeah.
he was one person behind SGA, tied with De'Aaron Fox for most assists per season last year at 6.3. He did set the rookie record for most assists by a Jazz rookie, beating the GOAT, John Stockton, who, I don't know if you know this, AJ, has a statue out front of the building.
He sure does.
So, yeah, a lot of good stuff talking towards Isaiah Collier as being the future point guard for the Utah Jazz.
Yeah. What do you think, man? Who do you got as a starting point guard?
So it depends on when you ask me.
Okay.
If you're asking me now, I'd say you're right. Isaiah Collier is going to be the starting point guard for this team when the season starts.
Okay.
Do I think he's going to be the starting point guard by the end of the year? Absolutely not.
Okay.
Absolutely not. Not even close.
Run your line.
My argument starts for Walter with Isaiah's stats. He only averaged 8 points, only averaged 42% from the field, and a terrible, AJ, 24% from three. He averaged 3 turnovers per game, and this is not a small sample size, my friend. He played in 71 games last year, which of 46 he started. That's not going to cut it in the NBA as a starting point guard. So let's go ahead and talk about Walter Clayton Jr., shall we?
Absolutely.
Now, in college, not only did he lead his team to a national title, every year he improved on points per game with 18.3 the last year that he had, shooting 38.6% from the three, but more from the field, but more importantly, 38% from three. He averaged 4.2 assists per game as well. In the Summer League, Bleacher Report said, this is a quote from Dave Favale. I don't know. I've heard it both ways.
Nobody cares.
Gave him an A- after showing off his all-around skill set. Draftnik Mark also said Draftnik was not kidding when he noted that he could get any type of shot off at various points in Salt Lake City and the Vegas League contest. This guy can shoot from three, he can shoot from mid-range, and he can get to the basket, whatever the team needs. This guy is an offensive juggernaut for this team. He also scored using escape dribbles, curling off screens, and snagging pick and rolls, getting defenders off his back and on his back hip while dribbling into runners and attacking right away to pivot left and picking up his dribble for a scoop shot. And the list can just go on and on and on for the different ways that this guy can score the basketball.
Oh, yeah.
That's the problem with anybody else but him on this team. In the modern NBA, you need to shoot. You need to be able to score. That's the reason why Utah Jazz legend, his name just dropped out of my head. I hate when that happens. He was there just a minute ago. Jazz point guard. Help me out here.
John Stockton.
I would never forget the GOAT's name.
You got me.
Blasphemy. But anyway,
Ricky Rubio.
Thank you. Rookie Rubio. So he had every skill set he needed to have, but he couldn't shoot the ball. Walter Clayton Jr. can shoot the ball, man. He can score from all angles. He can shoot the three. He can shoot from mid-range, and he can attack the basket. He can run pick and rolls. He can go off screens, and create his own offense. He can also find easy lob threats, like which he showed several times to our boy Flip in the summer league. One could argue that, yes, he's only playing in college. He's not playing in the NBA. I would argue that watching a ton of Jazz basketball this year, I would think a tournament run all the way to the championship had more relevant and more competitive basketball than any Jazz player saw all season last year. So
that hurts that it's true.
while I do agree that Isaiah Collier will be the starting point guard for the Jazz when the ball tips in October, will he be the starting point guard with the most starting games started by the end of the season? No, I think Walter Clayton Jr. is easily going to take that.
I think that he's got a great chance, dude. Like you said, this guy can score. I mean, he's not just a shooter, right? This guy can do it all. My big concern is everything that we've seen to this point was against college or G League talent.
Yeah, that's
you know what I mean. So, does that translate to the NBA? We'll know 2 or 3 games in. You know what I mean? I think he'll have enough minutes in the first 2 or 3 games that we'll see if he's ready to play NBA basketball. And, you know, you got a little bit of concern about his size at 6'3". He has active hands. He's
How high is Isaiah?
6'5".
He's not 6'5".
6'4". 6'4", 6'5".
I'm sorry, man. If he's taller than Walter Clayton Jr., I'd be surprised. I don't think he is. I could be wrong. He's definitely bigger. Isaiah is definitely bigger. Like,
oh damn, he actually is listed at 6'3".
Yeah, I'm just saying. So anyway, I with all fairness to Isaiah, his stats, if you weighed out the stats between the two in summer league, Isaiah does grade out higher.
Right, absolutely.
Right? Which he should, because he did start 47 games.
And he did just play a whole season of NBA basketball. Like, he should be higher.
He should be higher for sure. And he did set records as a rookie in Utah. So, yeah, he should grade out higher. I'm honestly looking forward to this battle, man. I think it's going to be touch and go all the way. For all the people who are watching this on our Utah Jazz DNA channel, by the way, thank you for watching. Make sure you hit that subscribe button for your boy AJ, or he'll cry himself to sleep tonight.
I'll do it.
One thing I want to point out is that neither one of us mentioned the potential of Keontae George being the starting point guard for this team. I think it's been pretty much well established this guy has to be a shooting guard if he's going to make it in the NBA.
He does. Keontae was he's more of a natural shooting guard than he is a point guard.
Agreed.
You know what I mean? Like, he just, with his height and his ability to score, he is just more of a 2 guard. I think that if we can get him into a position that he's a little bit more comfortable in, playing off the ball, catching, shooting, being that middle pass to guys, I think it just lines up with Keontae George's skill set a little bit better. So, I mean, we've got 2 really quality guys at point guard. You know what I mean? They're both a little bit undersized.
Last time that happened, AJ?
It's been a while because we tried the Keontae George
at point
situation.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And you try him, and I don't see him not getting minutes there because Keontae George is 6'5", right? So if you're going to play some bigger lineups, or if you got a bigger guard,
yeah. Here's a lineup: Keontae George, Ace Bailey,
Taylor Hendricks, Laurie Markkinen, Walker Kessler.
Exactly.
That's a big lineup. Your smallest guy is 6'5" in that lineup.
Yeah, that's a big boy lineup. And let's face it, Ace Bailey's probably going to be playing the point forward anyway.
I could see him playing some point forward for sure.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. I definitely think now the ship has not sailed on Keontae George.
No.
I will have to say that though, this is his year. Like, if he does not show improvement on the defensive end, which is why he lost the starting job in the first place as a starting point guard, because he did not play defense. So unless he improves on defense, Isaiah needs to improve on defense as well.
Isaiah's rugged, man. That dude plays great defense.
I believe he was a plus-minus last year because of his because of his turnovers and his.
I think his turnovers are one thing. Right?
Well, that's on the offensive end, not necessarily defense. So you're
he's a pretty serviceable defensive player. He's quick.
Yeah. I mean, I think you're right on that. One thing I just always think of the plus minus, I was thinking about that.
And I could see his plus minus being negative because almost every player on the Jazz was negative because of how many ball games they lost.
Yeah.
I mean, when you lose that many games, and there is some adjusted plus minuses, right? If you take out how many points they're scoring, et cetera, but
points, turnovers, fouls, all that stuff kind of matters.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I don't know. We want to hear from you folks. Let us know what your thoughts are in the comments down below. Who is your starting point guard for the Utah Jazz starting next season in October? And is that the same point guard you have throughout the end of the year? Are you with AJ? Is it Isaiah Collier? Or are you with me where you agree that it's going to eventually be Walter Clayton? Because that's our guy, dude. I'm telling you, that's our guy. He literally put
this
the
guy's
team,
NBA ready, man.
He is. He put the Florida team on his back. Yeah, he's a senior. Yeah, he's older, but you know, honestly, we don't really want to develop a point guard right now. We need somebody who can facilitate and get this young talent moving forward.
Yep.
And
I
create
totally
his own
agree.
shot when he needs to. So
Yep.
moving on over, let's go ahead and talk about another player who always had a plus minus in our hearts, but not necessarily on the court.
Right here.
Cody Williams. One of the players, man, we really wanted to highlight is solely based off of his development is Cody Williams. I mean, AJ, coming off of last season, which has statistically been one of the worst rookie seasons for a top 10 pick, coming into Summer League, he looked amazing.
He did.
Before we ever touched a basketball, I looked on the court, I'm like, is that Kyle Hendricks down there?
Yeah.
Could that? I don't
Taylor
know.
Hendricks, yeah.
No, sorry. Did I say Kyle? Sorry. Taylor Hendricks. Is that Taylor Hendricks down there?
Yeah.
No. That's Cody Williams.
Yeah.
This guy came up with at least 20 to 30 pounds on from last year.
And he had a crazy training regimen in the offseason, right? He was trying to put on weight. He was trying to get more physical. They knew that for him to last in the NBA, he had to add some muscle to that frame. At 6'10", he's big, but they need to use him in ways that he can utilize his elite size at 6'10". Especially, being that he plays the 2-3 spot, really. You know what I mean? Like he is more of a shooting. He's an offensive kind of player. He had a fantastic summer league.
Did we use him that way last year? I could have sworn I saw him more as a 3-4 last year.
It was more of a 3-4 last year. But you've got to be more of an offensive player if you're going to be, catching and shooting the ball.
That's true. Very, very
so,
true.
And he had a really poor rookie season. He really struggled. But this summer league, he came out, he showed out. He had 20.4 points, 4.4 rebounds, 2.8 assists, and 2.2 steals through summer league. He shot 46% from the field and 34% from three. So those aren't great numbers, but unlike last year, every time he came out on the floor, he was just solid, right? He didn't just have one standout game. This guy came out and showed out. That's what you have to do in summer league. You got to show that you're one of the best summer league players to know that you're one, you belong in the NBA. Because historically, if you're not one of the best summer league players, you could spend fireworks.
We're living in Utah on the 24th, folks. Yeah, I have to agree with you, man. There's. Sorry, where were you?
I was just saying that historically, if you're not one of the top summer league players, you don't necessarily you could end up back in the G League pretty easily.
No, I have to agree with you on that one, man. I would say there are a few notable games for our guy.
Yeah.
Against the Golden State Warriors, he did score 22 points, grabbed 8 rebounds. Dude. Sorry, the noise is getting the noise in the background is getting distraction here.
It's funny because you could never actually hear it on the mics. We just hear it in our headphones.
Oh, I'm pretty sure you heard that. I'm pretty sure you heard that. If you're watching live on our chat, let us know if you can hear the background noise. It's the 24th in Utah, folks. We're getting close to it, so yeah, it's definitely got some stuff. Appreciation to the EP of our organization here for bringing in our mascot and making sure he's not losing his mind. Anyway, so talking about our boy, the guy I want to have a dynamite season coming up this year. Honestly, I think he's going to break out. I think he's going to have an excellent season in the NBA next year. This upcoming season, I did want to talk about notable games. First one's against the Golden State Warriors, where he scored 22 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists, and also recorded 3 steals. That is Andre Karolinko level type numbers right there.
Absolutely.
You add a couple blocks in there. That is AK's numbers. Against the Washington Wizards, he also scored 23 points on 9 of 16 from shooting, and he was also 3 of 6 from 3. So there's a couple of games where Cody Williams really kind of shelled out and showed out what he's capable of doing as an NBA player, and really showing that he is capable of being as good as he was in college in the NBA with his new frame. A lot of these players, when they put on the bulk, they add the muscle, they add the size, they don't necessarily know how to make that size work for them. And that's really what I wanted to highlight with Cody Williams, is how impressive he was able to basically stay the same player that he was with the increased size, and really showing out his development over the last year.
Absolutely. And the best part is this guy's still got room to grow, right? And he's just right on track with that. I mean, he kind of projects as a versatile, oversized playmaker, but he's not a finished product yet, right? And the good thing is the Jazz are committed to this guy's development. It's really nice to see. Us as fans, we now see the hope that he has a future with his team, right? He had enough games, and he performed enough that it's kind of restored our faith in his potential as that number. This guy was a number 10 overall pick. So, you know, summer league performances are usually kind of taken lightly, but I don't know if that's the case with Cody Williams. We needed to see exactly what he produced at summer league, and because of how disappointing his rookie season really was, this breakout really mattered. You know, we needed to see this from Cody Williams, and I think it's important that we don't just write it off, and we consider it and we say, okay, this guy's got a role. He's got an important role in the Jazz's future.
Yeah, I mean, if you look back at the names that were the draft picks that we were expecting the Jazz to hit on, Keontae George, Taylor Hendricks, and Cody Williams.
Yep.
Those are the three.
Yep.
You nailed 2 out of those 3. Great.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic. And then you add in Bryce Sensabaugh, Kyle Filipowski.
Yeah.
You add those 2 guys in just as bonuses.
Yeah.
And you develop these teams over the next couple of years. AJ, that's a great team.
All of a sudden, it just doesn't look so daunting, right?
No.
I mean, it looks like the rebuild is accelerating. It looks like we're gaining some traction. We've got some guys that have these potentially massive upsides. And that's really important when you're growing a team, when you're playing guys that are only 1 or 2 year players. Are they going to go out there and win basketball games? No. But are they going to get better?
Last year.
That's what we want to see. We want to see this team get better, right? We want to see them start working together and building some chemistry and becoming a product on the floor that's just fun to watch. I'm good with that as a Jazz fan.
I'm good with it. I'm 100% good with it, AJ. What I'm not okay with is what we watched last year.
Well, that was horrible.
That is something I'm not okay with. If I see another season of the Jazz playing competitive basketball through 3 quarters and then just giving up on it with 1 quarter left, down by 3, and
just
all of a sudden,
throwing it away.
Yeah, and just giving away the game because they wanna, you know, in the pooper for Cooper, whatever it was. I don't want to see that. You know, I want to see a team who loses as many games as they possibly can, but I see development from each of these players as we go. We just didn't have that last year. We saw a lot of crap. We're going to win this game. We can't win this game. We won last night. We got to figure out a way to lose this game. We saw way too much of that. And I'm looking forward to a season where we don't have to do that. I'm okay with this team losing, AJ. I just don't want to watch them lose when there's not any benefit to the losing.
Exactly.
We want to know what you think. We want to know what you think, folks. Let us know what your thoughts are in the comments down below. We did just start a channel for your Utah Jazz called Utah Jazz DNA. This is a channel specifically dedicated to all your Utah Jazz content. If you are watching us on our main channel, DNA Sports Recap, and you're here for the Utah Jazz, check out the channel we got linked down below called Utah Jazz DNA. It's a channel specifically dedicated for all your Utah Jazz content. All of our content for the Utah Jazz will be posted here first. So if you're not yet, check out that channel, subscribe to that channel. We will be doing a giveaway for a jersey giveaway on this channel once this channel is monetized. Actually, let's bump that up, AJ.
Okay.
Should we give away tickets?
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know. Let us know in the comments down below. Which one would you prefer? Would you prefer tickets? Let's go lower bowl tickets.
Lower bowl tickets.
Or a jersey.
Let us know. Hit subscribe. Let us know what you think.
Let us know for sure. All right, let's go ahead and let's talk some baseball.
Let's talk some Major League Baseball, man.
All right, AJ, let's go ahead and break into a little bit of talk about baseball. I first want to talk a little bit about baseball and ESPN. Now, we've talked a lot about how ESPN has stepped away from the contract they had with Major League Baseball. Specifically on this off season, they came to the table during a contract negotiation came to this conversation on a opt-out year basically for baseball and ESPN and said, hey, we want to offer you less money than we did last year. And baseball said, no, thanks. And so they both mutually agreed that this year would be their last season. Well, now since then, they have now both re-entered the negotiation table to discuss the potential of them experiencing a synergy there as you were and continuing to be partners. ESPN continues to want to be partners with MLB. I think we got an example over the last week of why that's probably not a good idea.
Oh, we had a great example
Of why it's not a good idea.
That's correct.
So when you and I talked at our Monday morning meeting, just so you know, every Monday we get together, we chat about what we're going to talk about on this show. We talked about this particular thing about the Play of the Year award. And we talked about how not only did a baseball game not win, but AJ, it wasn't even nominated.
That's correct.
It wasn't even I thought it was nominated, but when I started diving in and started researching, it wasn't even nominated. Okay, so let's talk about the Espys, and let's first talk about the Play of the Year award. Do you know who was up for that award?
I don't know who was up. I know.
Okay,
who won
let me say who's up.
Okay.
Okay, we got Saquon Barkley, his backwards hurdle in the NFL, November 3rd, 2024. Great play.
Great play.
Great play. The guy jumped backwards and did the splits and kind of hurled over a player diving underneath him. Awesome play against, I believe I was against the Oakland Raiders, right?
Yeah.
No, sorry. The Vegas Raiders? Yeah, they're in Vegas now.
Oh, yeah. The
Vegas
Vegas Raiders. Right.
The next nominee was Tyrese Halliburton. Calls the game in Game 1 of the NBA Finals. That whole, redoing the Reggie Miller thing, right? So that was another nominee. And then we have Sabrina doing shooting from the logo for a game winner in Game 3 of the WNBA Finals. Also, great play.
Great play.
Great play. And then we have Trinity Rodman with an overtime goal that sent the USWNT to the semifinals in the 2004 Olympics. So those
24 Olympics.
What did I say?
2004.
Sorry, 2024. Jesus, AJ. The 2000 sending the U.S. to the sending the U.S. USWMT.
Yeah, U.S. Women's National Soccer Team.
Why am I not seeing that right? U.S. Women's National Soccer Team to the semifinals in the 2024 Olympics. So those were the 4 plays that were nominated. There is something missing from that list, AJ.
There is. How do you not put Freddie Freeman hitting a game-winning grand slam in the very first game of the World Series in the Best Play Award? How's it not there?
The fact that it's not even nominated, AJ, is what boils my blood. How can you honestly tell me that, okay, let's set context, all right? So you got Saquon Barkley, backwards hurdle in the NFL.
Great play.
Great play.
Great play. Backwards hurdle.
Backwards
and if you
hurdle.
haven't seen it,
check it out. Well,
check it out.
We've
It's
probably played at least
amazing.
once already.
Absolutely.
If you're watching this after the fact. Great play against the Las Vegas Raiders in middle of the season in November.
Yeah.
Not a playoff game. Doesn't have any implications. Tyrese Halliburton calling the game in the NBA Game 1 finals, doing the whole choke thing. However, he didn't call the game. That actually went into overtime. So also, meh. Sabrina hitting the game winner in the WNBA finals for the Game 3. Okay.
But notice all these things have a very common denominator on why they've been elected for a finalist for this award. Big time games, big time moments.
Yeah,
right?
just like Trinity Rodman on the overtime goal for the U.S. women's soccer team. Also, big time game, big time moment.
Big time game, big time moment. The only non-big time game, big time moment was the actual winner of the Espy Awards Best Play. And that's Saquon Barkley in a middle of the year game. And don't get me wrong, the Eagles go on to win the Super Bowl this year.
They do,
right?
but this was not the pivotal play. See, that's
This
the
wasn't,
argument.
this wasn't the play that just set everything up.
This is just
this
the
wasn't
play
the
that set it over.
season-changing play. Yeah,
This game changer right here against the Oakland Raiders in November.
It's just a great play in the middle of the season.
Sorry, Vegas Raiders. Yeah, I'm sorry, man, but the fact that ESPN didn't even have. Okay, let's set the context. Okay, for those of you who don't know baseball, that's fine. Okay, I get that.
So hold on. What I want to know is, and this is the question that I have. Is it because the World Series happened in 2025? No, it didn't.
No, because Tyrese Halliburton's game was in 2025.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, and it didn't happen in 2025. It happened in 2024. It happened in November. And then 3 out of the 4 are from 2024.
Yeah. They should have all happened in 24, right? I wonder if that's the play. Okay, sorry.
I just think because the NBA regular season happened in 2024.
Yeah.
It starts in 2024, which actually, honestly, that should be a thing. If the majority of your season happens, anyway, we're going down the rabbit hole.
We're rabbit holing on it. Sorry, guys.
But here's my point, man. The fact that you have a walk-off grand slam home run to change the tide in a World Series in Game 1 in LA, which, by the way, was exactly what happened 30 years prior, which was one of the greatest sports plays of all time. You go to ESPN, you go to Major League Baseball, you go to anybody, and they will say Kirk Gibson's walk-off grand slam home run in Game 1 of the World Series in 1988 was one of the greatest sports moments of all time. So why wasn't the exact same play by the exact same team in the exact same stadium at the exact same time of night, AJ?
Poetic.
Not one of the finalists for the SP greatest plays of all time for that greatest play of the year.
It's because ESPN's biased, my friend.
It is.
Now, I did my homework on this.
Okay.
Okay.
I have my guess, but let's hear what you have.
Okay. So the last time Major League Baseball won the Espy for best play was in 2002. Okay. The play that they last gave the award for best play was when Derek Jeter flipped the ball to Jorge Posada in the 7th inning to get Jason Giambi out at home.
Of course, the goddamn Yankee.
This happened in Game 3 of the 2001 American League Divisional Series.
You're driving me to drink, AJ. That's what you're doing.
Okay? So since then, since 2002, obviously we've got 20-something awards since then, right? 23, 24
right.
awards, 23.
Right.
Okay. College football has won 6 best play awards since that point.
See, and I'm okay with that one.
Okay. The NFL has won 10 best play awards.
Okay.
High school basketball has won 1. Women's soccer has won 2.
Fair enough.
College basketball has won 1. And gymnastics has won 1. Since 2002, the MLB has not won a best play award. You're telling me there's no bias here? That's absolute insanity.
Yeah, man. I definitely want to talk about this. And I think that there's a bias. And we've talked about this before. We've talked about this in the previous video. And I think this is just further example of the narrative that ESPN just simply doesn't care about baseball anymore. They care about the NFL and they care about LeBron James.
And college football.
College football, yes. But they're also not even the leaders on college football. I'd argue Fox is better at that.
But the thing is 16 between college football and the NFL. 16 out of the last 23 years have gone to those two leagues.
Yeah, but I'd have to argue that the plays in college football are generally really impressive plays.
Yeah, like one of those is like Alabama versus Auburn and the Iron Bowl.
Yeah,
remember the long field goal that's returned for a touchdown?
Yeah,
that was the play of the year.
Yeah, this is a baseball guy admitting that. There are several of that. But you don't know why I think this is not nominated?
Why?
Because the game was on Fox.
They're like, nope.
Yeah. We're in the middle of contract negotiations. You're not accepting our deal. You're fishing and you're getting offered more money by NBC and some other outfits. we're not going to put your sport that had one of the greatest sports moments in sports history. We're not going to put yours on our list.
Because it wasn't televised on our channel.
So another reason for why I just don't think the ESPN deserves baseball, dude. I honestly don't think it deserves it. This is an organization that went from the worldwide leader in sports to being a complete joke. They went from actual journalists, they fired all their actual sports journalists, and now they're got these who can yell louder talking head shows that basically, you know, don't cover anything that's really real about sports.
It's all opinion.
Yeah. They dropped baseball. They dropped a lot of basketball content, and they're dropping a bunch of outs. And what do they pick up? The Savannah Bananas.
Yeah.
And pro wrestling. What's next, AJ? Are they going to be doing a game-by-game breakdown of the Harlem Globetrotters? Like, what is ESPN doing? They realized they were no longer good at what they were good at, and so they then decided to go all in on this subculture, and they brought in Pat McAfee. They got rid of all their actual sports journalists and brought in talking heads like Pat McAfee, and you got the Stephen A. Smiths who made his way through there. But basically, all these people are doing is who can shout the loudest and who can bring in the most controversy and say the most wildest, outlandish thing. None of these folks are sports journalists. And I honestly think that if it comes to baseball, the best thing for Major League Baseball is to not consider ESPN moving forward. That's just what I think.
Yeah. Make sure you guys leave us a comment down below. Let us know what you think about ESPN, the Espys. Is it biased against Major League Baseball? We want to hear it. Leave a comment down below. Make sure you like, subscribe to the channel on that one.
Absolutely. Let's hit some comments here. We got a comment from Greg Hawkins. Hey, Darren, why couldn't your team beat the Brewers? That's because we suck, Greg. Okay? We have plenty of videos on this channel, Greg, where we talked about having the biggest payroll in baseball means absolutely goddamn nothing. Okay? Greg, let's get together. We'll share a cart.
We still need to golf, yeah.
18 holes. We'll make AJ have his own cart.
Damn, I got to golf alone.
And you and I, well, we have teams that are in the playoffs and you don't. So we will have.
Go Braves.
We'll get it. We'll share a cart and we will discuss this. But we've talked about this before on the show that it doesn't matter what your salary is, you know, like it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Like there are the top 10 teams in baseball right now. I believe only 3 of them are the top 10 in payroll.
Right.
This is a sport where it doesn't matter if you spend the most. It really doesn't matter. We have another comment here from Greg Hawkins says, I will never root for the Dodgers again.
I'm not mad. I'm disappointed.
Yeah, that's the next comment. I'm not mad. I'm disappointed. Yeah, so the Dodgers did get swept by the Brewers. Actually, no, we didn't get swept. Did we get swept? Yeah, I believe we did. Greg, correct me if I'm wrong.
Weak.
Yeah. I'm sorry. How many games back are your team?
Go Braves.
How many games back?
Go Braves.
I believe it's...
It doesn't matter.
I believe it's like 10 in the wild card
irrelevant.
and 13 in their division.
It's irrelevant.
They're sellers of the deadline.
We just got to make a push for the playoffs right now. Time starts now. We got everyone right where we want them, right? They think we're not coming?
Not happening, AJ.
We're coming.
It's not happening. Unless it's happening.
I mean, Spencer Strider did lose today.
No, okay. I'm going to tell you this right now. This is coming from a Dodgers fan. The year the Braves won the World Series, they went all in on the deadline, got all the best talent, and they ended up winning the World Series.
Go Braves.
So they have a shot. Not a great shot, but they have a shot. They're probably going to be sellers at the deadline. And then we have another comment here from Greg Hawkins. By the way, Greg, appreciate you. Thanks for joining the channel, man. Always fun to see you in the comments here. ESPN simply doesn't care anymore. Let's see here.
You got swept twice in 2 weeks.
Yes, by the same team.
Thanks for bringing it up, Greg.
By the same team. And yet we are still 4 games in first place. I wonder how that works. Yeah, let me know how the Cubbies are doing in first place if they've lost 3 out of the last 5 games. Probably not in first. Just kidding, Greg. Just kidding, Greg. I like the Cubs, man. I really want them to win that division because baseball's better when the Cubs are good.
I'm really salty.
I love it. I love it, Greg. I love it. Keep it coming, man. Keep it coming. No, yeah, dude, it's just we can go into it. We're going to talk about it probably next week about why the Dodgers suck now, but just basically Cliff Notes, the Dodgers have used more starting pitchers than any other team in Major League Baseball. The Dodgers have used more innings in the bullpen than any other team in Major League Baseball, and it's not even close, AJ. It's like 50 innings plus more than any other team in baseball. So, yeah, we gambled by signing some hurt pitchers, and it's bitten us in the ass, man. It really has. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. We'll see if it ends up being that way, but, we'll kind of see what happens from there. Trade deadline, a lot of stuff needs to happen for sure.
Yeah, I mean, as long as you make the playoffs, right? If all those guys are healthy going into the playoffs, that team looks really tough.
Yeah. I mean, if you have, dude, Ohtani looks great.
Ohtani looks great.
He gave up a home run.
Will Glass now be back this year?
He's made 2 starts already.
Oh, okay.
He did great today. 11 strikeouts through 5 innings. No, 6 innings. He dominated today.
Okay.
Dodgers shit the bed after that, but that's another story for another time. One more thing we did want to talk about is let's actually talk about the Braves today, buddy.
That's what I'm talking about.
Let's talk about your team, my friend. Let's talk about your little team
let's
down there in Atlanta.
Let's talk about these guys.
Let's talk about it. They did get the All-Star game, and still nobody wants to talk about the Braves. But let's talk about your Braves, buddy.
That's right.
Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about it. When it comes to that, ESPN, sorry, not ESPN, but Major League Baseball is doing something fun, which is something that doesn't happen often. And it's actually going to be pretty fun. We're going to talk about 2 teams that probably aren't going to make the playoffs, which is the Cincinnati Reds and the Atlanta Braves.
There's still plenty of time in this season, okay?
No, there's not. But let's go ahead and talk about the Atlanta Braves, dude. What is happening with the Braves and the Reds this year?
So the Braves and the Reds are being featured in the Speedway Classic.
Okay, pause there.
Okay.
Can it be a classic if it's the first time?
Absolutely. Well, it's the Speedway Classic because they have all kinds of other events at the Speedway, right? So they hold all kinds of different events.
Okay, so the first time it ever happens is a classic just by association.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like it.
So the Speedway Classic is going to be, an event where the Braves and the Reds are going to play at, what is it called? Bristol?
Yes, Bristol Speedway.
Mm-hmm.
August 2nd, 2025.
Yep, which is next week.
Which, believe it or not, is on Fox.
Probably actually get great ratings. Anyways.
That's great, AJ. Love that.
Kind of cool. The MLB has done a couple, special location games. They've done a game at Fort Bragg, Field of Dreams, Rickwood
Twice.
Field. Yeah, so, they do a couple different special location games. This one's obviously held at, Bristol Motor Speedway. Going to be pretty cool. They did unveil, special jerseys. They've got the Speedway Classic uniforms for the Braves and the Reds.
Yeah, that's what I want to talk about. I want to talk about the uniforms first.
Okay, great.
Have you seen these things?
They're sick.
They are so sick, dude.
They are really good looking jerseys.
The only thing, because they had De La Cruz and Marcelo Ozuna
modeling them. Yeah.
Yeah. The only reason why I think the Braves should have had the checkered hat is because Ozuna is the one with the checkered past.
Oh, don't. Too soon, bro. Too soon.
I'm just kidding, dude. You know how I feel about Ozuna. I think that, I think that's all overblown. But when it comes to that, yeah, I absolutely love it. I love the flames on the Braves hat.
Yep.
And I love the checkered things across the Reds hat, the checkered flag. I think it's fantastic. Did you notice the jerseys?
Yeah.
The numbers are turned to look like the numbers on the NASCAR.
Yeah, it's a movement-themed aesthetics mimicking race cars.
It is so cool, dude.
Yep.
I absolutely love this. I love this more than any All-Star jersey that has been announced in the last 30 years.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, it's probably been.
They've got the race style numbers, speed-themed word marks, and then checker flag elements on the jerseys as well as the helmets.
Yeah, the helmets. They look cool, man. They got the whole sponsorship thing going on.
Yeah.
Except that it's got like the instead of like the Strauss thing going on, it looks like the number, and they either have the checker or it looks really, really cool. We'll throw a couple images of it. I got to say, man, I'm excited for this game solely because of what they do with the uniforms and the helmets, dude. It's amazing.
So are you aware that this is the first ever Major League Baseball game in the state of Tennessee?
It won't be the last.
And it is also, Tennessee becomes the 5th new state to host a first-time MLB game since 2016. So pretty cool.
Very, very cool.
Yeah.
And we all know that Memphis, Tennessee is going to be, Nashville, Tennessee, if MLB does expand, it's going to be one of the teams that gets it. One of the cities that gets the new team.
Yeah.
So with that said, I'm really excited about this. Really excited about this game. Very similar to the Field of Dreams game. At the time, it was the Yankees and the White Sox. The White Sox was a great team. They were in first place at the time. The Yankees were not. In this case, everybody was banking on the Braves to be one of the best teams in the National League, and the Reds were supposed to be an up-and-coming team challenging for a wild card spot. The only thing that's really true about that is that the Reds are potentially in a spot to get a wild card right now. But that said, I think this is probably one of the coolest things I've seen since that first game at the Field of Dreams Stadium.
Yeah.
This is amazing, dude. I'm really looking forward to this. This would probably be the first time I'm really interested in a game of a team I don't have any interest in.
Right. Just because of where it is. I wanted to see how many people.
Oh, dude, have you seen the mock-ups for this place? It's in a freaking Coliseum, dude.
Yeah, Bristol's huge.
It's massive.
So Bristol Motor Speedway has the ability to seat 146,000 people.
Yeah, and I believe like everything behind home plate is cut off because it's going to be like they're going to have grandstands there, but as the whole oval on that side is cut off, they're going to have that ramped off for, for all the production and everything like that. But and there's like, dude, there's camping experiences and stuff like that. Can you imagine? Like, dude, we'll throw some mock-ups of how it looks on the screen. This is going to be amazing. I really love when Major League Baseball tries to partner with another sport and kind of like does this kind of thing. Motorsports isn't necessarily the most popular sport in the world, but baseball isn't either, not anymore anyway, at least not in this country. And if we combine those two together, you can gain excitement into both leagues. And I think that's really, really cool.
Absolutely. And so I just Googled it. It looks like despite the oval track layout and where the field's going to be placed in Bristol Motor Speedway, they're still expecting attendance of over 100,000 people.
Oh, easily, dude. Easily. If I would have known about this before, like last week, your boys would have been down there.
Boom. Damn right we would have been.
If they do it again, we'll definitely do it. We got a comment here from Greg Hawkins said, "Love the Field of Dreams game. I went to the field, and it's really quite
quaint but nice.
Quaint but nice." Was it the actual Field of Dreams field, or was it the field they built for the game? I know they had to build a completely different field, so it's up to Major League Baseball specs.
Right.
So which field did you actually go to? Let me know on that, Greg. Yeah, dude. Well, I was at a cool bar in downtown Salt Lake City with a buddy of mine, Sean. We watched the Field of Dreams games, and we watched Luis Robert Jr. hit a walk-off home run to beat the Yankees in that game. It was an interesting game, man. It was fun, and I love this kind of stuff, dude. Next thing you know, we need to do. This is a DNA first, so if you hear it from anywhere else, we get 10% of it. Here, you ready for this, AJ?
I'm ready.
You ready for this?
I'm ready.
Greg, you ready for this? Tammy Price, friend of the channel, I know you're watching. Are you ready for this? We need to have Major League Baseball Sandlot game.
Oh, dude, that would be sick. Here in Salt Lake City.
Here in Salt Lake City, baby.
I don't know where they would do it because the Sandlot field is a Little League field.
Yes, but it's no different than what they did in, Field of Dreams field.
Yeah.
We've got the Smith Mobile Ballpark,
Yeah.
which is going to become a fresh market or a farmer's market place. We got that field. It's almost close, and it's just down the street a couple miles. So you can easily do a Sandlot redo of that. You can do a Sandlot game in Major League Baseball.
Yeah.
I think you can do it. I don't know. What do you think?
I think it'd be excellent.
How about this? What about a little big league game between the Minnesota Twins and the Chicago Cubs? Do you know the connection there?
I mean, I've seen Little Big League.
Do you know the Chicago Cubs?
I've heard of them.
Do you know who Pete Crow Armstrong is?
I do.
Do you know who his mom is?
I do not.
His mom played the mom in Little Big League.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool, actually.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that'd also be cool. So, Little Big League, man. It could be at a stadium. We could do the Twins versus the Cubs.
Yeah.
And, make sure you have, I don't know, the kid actor who played him. He's probably, strung out on meth somewhere, but,
Damn it, Darren.
Kid actors. You know how it happened.
Yeah. Macaulay Culkin.
Yeah. No, dude, Macaulay Culkin, that kid.
Turned his life around.
Do you know who he's married to?
No.
Brenda Song.
Don't know who that is.
Did your kids not watch Sweet Life on Deck?
Nope.
Or Sweet Life of Zach and Cody? Didn't watch any. Okay. Anyway.
Your kids are way older than mine.
I'm going to pretend to not take that personally. That hurt a little bit. Mel is literally like 1 year younger than my son.
No, Mel's older.
Yeah, 1 year older than my son.
Yeah, Mel will actually be 16.
Your kids are way younger than mine. 2 of your kids are younger than mine. All right. Anyway, so we got back on content here. We've got Greg Hawkins said, did you see the report that SLC is still
a heavy favorite for MLB expansion?
Yeah. I mean, did that report come out recently? I mean,
yeah, it was actually today.
Greg, I love you, buddy. I love that you bring this up, and I want to make sure that we're front and center with this every single time it comes up because, damn it, I want baseball here.
But so bad.
So bad. I'm very jealous that we got hockey first. But, like, honestly, do we have anything new coming from that? Like, Greg, tell me if I'm wrong, but we've got nothing new coming from this.
Yeah.
There's a whole lot of chatter about it. We got the thing approved. We got all that stuff talked about. The A's are relocating. The Diamondbacks are struggling for a new stadium deal. They talked about relocating. We got the Rays who couldn't figure stuff out. They could potentially be relocating. And the league will be expanding. And then crickets.
Yep.
The Rays sold to a new owner. They're going to build a stadium in Tampa Bay. Arizona finally agreed to a deal that they're going to rebuild a stadium or fix up Chase Field. And then the A's are going to go to Vegas, San Sacramento. Where does that leave? Like, where does that leave Utah? Are we now hoping
we got to
on
go
expansion?
Yeah.
You know, so I'm glad we're the front runners. I'm glad that's there, but you also have issues with Portland now having almost as much money as we have dedicated by the state that we do, and they also have a much better location than we do, I believe. Ours is shovel ready though. It's a little different there. I think we still have a leg up there, and obviously Nashville is going to be front and center for that one. Let's see here. We got a report. We got a comment here. It's a report from Bob Nightingale. Salt Lake City and Nashville are still the favorites for this
as of this week.
I love it, man. I love it. It is something that Manfred did say that he was going to do before he retired. That he was going to expand to 32 teams. So
right.
I hope we see.
The problem is that's 2029.
Yeah. Which, believe it or not, AJ, as of January in 2026, we've been doing this show for 3 years.
Damn.
So, time goes by fast, my friend.
It sure does.
It
sure does.
We want to know. We want to know what you think, folks. Let us know what your thoughts are in the comments down below. Let us know what you think when it comes to Major League Baseball. We want to hear your thoughts on everything we talked about before. Are you excited about the Motor Speedway game there at Bristol between the A's and the Braves and the Reds? Are you on a similar mindset of us when it comes to ESPN and Major League Baseball? Do you think it's messed up that Freddie Freeman's walk-off grand slam home run didn't make Best Player of the Year? We want to hear from you folks. Let us know what your thoughts are in the comments down below. As a reminder, folks, this channel did hit 1,000 subscribers. We did promise to give the first $500 that we earn in AdSense revenue back to our subscribers. 5 subscribers are each going to earn $100 each. So if you've not yet hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on that giveaway. 5 subscribers are each going to earn $100 each. So make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss out on that giveaway.
Yep. And if you're watching on YouTube on one of our shit videos, just know this is available as a...
Do that again.
If you're watching on YouTube on one of our short videos, just know this is available as a podcast wherever you get your audio in its entirety.
With all that said, my name is Darren, that is AJ, and this has been an episode of the DNA Sports Recap.
Till next time.